Hello real world spectators, my name is Grian and welcome to another video log of my life on the Isekai realm. This is video log number 11 and today we will be getting straight into some building here on Spawn Island. As you can see, I've already marked out an area here, and since I have a bookstore and a post office there, I decided build something on this side to balance things out on the island. And I have a pretty good idea of what I want to build and what it will be used for, and that will be to house this portal here that I feel is very much out of place. I always keep checking my bookstore, but I keep forgetting about my shopping stand here. Great, at least 2 diamonds. So I put an announcement out to the other members of this realm that I'll be working on this community project, and I decided to ask if anyone would like to donate oak logs that I can use for this project, because I will be using a lot, and put it right in here in my PO box. And we had 2 people send in some, and I'm very grateful, Lurothiro and Raskatron. Thanks for your donation. I noticed these turtles are in here and none of them have names, so they're definitely not the ones that I released in the last video log. I guess they will just continue spawning in here. So as with any project that I start, I set a workstation up and I brought these 2 shulker boxes with the materials that I'll be needing. I have some sand, spruce log, stone and dirt, and also the oak wood logs that I got as donations from the other members. And using that, I can start out this beach house, hotel like guest house thing that will be housing the portal. So let's get started then. And the first thing I want to do is to make this stone into bricks, and also we have the stone cutter here, so we're going to get some stairs out of that. You know, good value with this stone cutter. The ratio is awesome, nothing gets wasted. And then we start setting out some blocks. The good thing about stairs of any kind is that depending on the position that you place it, you can make all kinds of interesting shapes, like this concave rectangular shape that I have here, which is perfect for like a foundation of any build, and that's exactly what I'm using it for. I'll be leaving a 3 wide gap here. That's where I'm going to put the stairs that leads to the upper deck. And for the rest of this area here, I'll be wrapping it around with the same foundation style build that I started with, so that it completely surrounds the deck area at the top. Yeah, something just like that, all the way around. So now I'll be putting down the staircase here out of oak wood, just to check if I'm getting the proportions correct. Yeah, this seems right. It seems like the right height. So for the deck itself, I'll be using some oak plants, but just because I feel like oak is the right color of wood to use for a beachside build. Also, these dirt pillars that I have here that I use to mark out the area will be replaced with oak wood logs, being that they will be the beams that hold up the structure. Look, there's Miki. Miki-chan. Miki-chan. Nani shiteru no? She's checking her inbox finally. I left like a set of armor in there for her like very long ago. It's very nice to see that the other members of the realm are coming out and, you know, utilizing the public facilities and, you know, establishing a community here. Out of curiosity, I wonder which book she's going to buy, if any at all. Okay, she's heading for the mending chest. Yes, that's the book that sells the most. Okay, you know what? This is getting a little creepy. I need to stop stalking and get back to work. Okay, what I have so far is this deck area filled out with oak wood planks. And while I'm not getting distracted by her, this area will serve as the entrance area that will lead into the beach. I feel too distracted since she's gone already. Let's see what she bought. I'm really interested to see. The first looting 3 book to ever be sold. Great. Sharpness. Nothing. Efficiency 5. Yes, that definitely sells a lot too. No mending, I guess. I guess she couldn't afford it. Okay, you know what? I promise this is the last time during this project that I'm getting distracted. So we have our beams here, and we need to make it more reinforced. And we're going to do that by adding staircases here so that it can sit properly on the foundation that is made out of bricks. So once we do this, we will be doing this to each of the beams on the deck area of the build. Okay, this is looking quite fine, but the rain just won't stop. So as you can see, I put some upside down staircases at the top parts of the beams to make ledges. Oh, okay. The rain stopped. Perfect timing. If that's not the sign of good fortune, my friends, I don't know what is. Getting back to the build, another thing that I did was also include another deck area over there. This one is smaller. And now we will be filling in the walls using birchwood planks. I think this is a good color to use for the walls itself because we don't want everything to look so blended. So within the bounds of the oak wood logs as the beams, this is what the birch would look inside. And what I want to do is extend this land outward like this, because we're going to have an entrance from the inner side of the island where everything is, that would lead into here and into this room here that will be used as the portal room. So I'll be filling out this area with some grass blocks so that you can just walk straight up into the entrance without having to use stairs or anything like that. What I also need to do is have this grassy terrain blend into what will become the beach over here. All of this area will be filled out with a lot of sand, so basically it's going to be a big man-made beach. Alright, so I've added more ledges at the top and also this area here, which I built with the intent to make it into a stairway, into a staircase that leads up to the second floor. So that's what I'll be working on next right here. So set these, I'll be using planks, that way I can make a smoother, steady slope upward, a gentle slope instead of actual stairs that are more diagonal than slabs. Something like that. And then this will take us up to this area here, which will lead into the entrance of the second floor. I also went ahead and added some railings at the edge of the stairs because I decided to use these upside down stairs, and I'm going to add some slabs here for extra detail because it's a bit tiring and overdone now to use fences as the railings for stairs. So this is the option that I went for. Alright, so now it's time for us to start working on the second level of this build, which is the second floor, and we'll be setting down some oak planks for the flooring area, just as we did at the bottom. And we'll also be extending these beams outward, which separates the first and second floor, and also where the first area roofing will be placed. As I take a quick aerial view here, you can see that I have already filled out the entire flooring area, so now we can start setting down some more beams and basically copy and paste what I did at the bottom floor. So I thought about it and decided that I wanted to use some spruce trapdoors to add a little more detail to the ledge area that holds up the roof on the balcony, to give it a little bit more of an edge as I put it around, even though it blends in quite well with the spruce stairs that I used on the ledge. Let me go back a bit and look and see if, yeah, it does give it an edge, like a sharp edge, and I think that looks quite decent. So I'll be doing that all around this build, and it's just a small, practically unnoticeable detail, but it does look like something that holds up a roof. Alright, so now that I've gotten that done, time to set down the first layer of roofing, and that would be right here. So what I'll do is on this ledge right here, I'll be putting some roofing down. And the color I have in mind for this roofing is cyan. I really like the color of cyan, so Rasketron does have cyan wool for sale. So I'll get my wallet quickly in my ender chest, and then I'll get the 2 diamonds that it costs to get a stock of cyan wool. I think it's great that we have people on the realm that are selling stuff, because this makes building much easier instead of going out and gathering all the resources on my own. Alright, the next thing I need is cyan concrete, because we will be mixing blocks for the roofs. That way we have different textures and different shades of the same color. And yeah, this is the fastest way I can get this done. I really wish there was some sort of machine that makes concrete faster. Alright, so I'm setting down the first layer of roofing. And this right here is all that it takes for the first layer. What's left is to mix the colors. So I'll be plopping out some of these blocks that I placed here. I don't know why I didn't think about this beforehand. Then we'll be putting down some cyan wool, some cyan concrete powder, and basically just mixing them all around randomly so that we can have a mixture of texture and shades in the cyan color. That way it doesn't look too flat. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Yep, that's exactly what I was going for. Doesn't look too simple, doesn't look too plain. Let's take a flight and see what it looks like from here. Alright, that does it for the first level roofing. The one that will have the most roofing is on the second floor. I decided to quickly put down some sand blocks here to separate the island from the beach area, just to see how it will look, right? Trying to give myself an actual visual picture. Yeah, this looks decent. So this is how it flows from the grass blocks into the sandy beach. And I have to say this, I think this will work out just fine. Alright, now I've gone ahead and filled in the walls for the second floor. And now what we'll be working on is, well, since I have already created the resources for it, I'm going to do the rest of the roofing. And the roofing area here will go in at least 3 layers. So we have 1, 2, 3. That's how high some parts of this roofing will be compared to that of the first floor. And just as I did the first time, I'll be mixing in some cyan wool and some cyan concrete powder. Alright, let's see how it turned out. Wow. I think that looks quite decent. I really like it, especially considering I struggle with roofing a lot. So there's also something else I've been wanting to try, and it has to do with this campfire here, so I'll be making a few of them. This campfire block does have a very interesting texture, and I feel like it can be used for roofing. Okay. I didn't get my campfire back. Alright, as I was saying, this campfire is useful for doing like a shed area. And obviously I don't mean a lit campfire, so I'll definitely be extinguishing the fire with a bucket of water. And I'll be filling in this entire little open area here with campfires and then extinguishing them. So this is the final result, guys. I think it looks quite nice, don't you think so? Let me know what you think about this idea for a little shed roofing. See how it looks at the bottom? It has a very interesting texture and it does work quite well with the build. You see, that's really something that I enjoy about being in this world. You can be creative in many ways with many things. So now I've put down a sign here saying Spawn Beach Hotel or whatever. I'll be renaming that afterwards. But as you can see through the door there, I've moved the portal from out here to inside the build, which you can access from the door I came in just now or from the door that leads out to the beach area. Another thing is that I decided to use fences for the fence gates. Yes, fence gates as the railing for securing the balcony area. I think it's better than just fences. And the final thing that I want to do in regard to this build is to fix these windows. I want to give it a bit of distinction and a bit of depth. So I'm going for upside down stairs and normal spruce stairs, and it will look something like that. Okay, then that's not creepy at all. Raskatron is just there, staring at me through the window, which you can see, by the way, I did add in windows after all, so it works well with the idea that I had for the windows of this design. So we've already started making this beach. I decided to go with a decent size, and Raskatron is here helping me. He's setting down the sand while I'm here setting down the platform on which he will be placing the sand. So we needed a lot of dirt to place down here. So all these layers that slope downward into the ocean will be covered up in sand to make a proper beach. And I have an area over here that I already did in the beginning. So we have it. This is what it will look like. And I think this design looks a bit more natural, and I really like how it came out. So what I need to do is this same exact thing around the entire island. Well, the entire man-made beach, I mean. Only a few more blocks left to be placed, and then I'm done. All right, let's quickly take an aerial view of the area that we've finished and see what it looks like. That looks a bit natural to me. I really like how it came out. And it's not a really small beach either. We do have a generous amount of space away from the actual building so that we can set down some beach stuffs like umbrellas and also a few palm trees. When it comes to the lighting issue, right here I have on the rooftop I have some sea lanterns, and I covered it up with some carpets. And for areas that I can't put carpets and sea lanterns, I will be filling out with string. That way we don't have mobs like creepers spawning, because you know they can always explode and destroy all my hard work that I put into this build. Okay, then this is what I have for basically what is the final product. I still have a few more things that I need to add, but I'll get to that another time, I suppose. So thank you very much, Raskatron, for helping me with this. I guess what I need to do now is remove these things from here and move on to something else. So for the next thing that I'm going to be doing, I need a lot of glass bottles. I also need exactly 4 ender pearls and also 4 blaze powder. And out of that, I'll be making exactly 4 eyes of ender. And I also need 4 ghast tears. At this point, can you guess what it is I'm going to do right now? Yep, that's right. I'll be getting some glass right here in order for me to make some end crystals, and I need exactly 4 in order to do something very special. And that very special thing that I need to do with this end crystal here is to resummon the ender dragon. And the funny thing about that is that ever since I defeated it in the first video log, no one else has resummoned it. And the purpose for me doing so is getting its dragon's breath in these bottles right here. And that's the reason why I have exactly a stack of glass bottles on me. And by the way, since the end portal is under the Plains village, let me just fly over and show you the progress that I have done so far with the fortress wall around this village. Unfortunately, what's taking the most time with this is that it uses a lot of cobblestone and oak, and as far as I know, there are no shops that sell oak and cobblestone on this realm, so I have to manually go out and get all the resources and then also build it. So that's why it's taking a little bit of time, but I think I'll be finishing this entire build sometime soon, so it shouldn't take too long. We do have another entrance here, and of course there's the one on the other side that we started out with. And behind here, because there was a lot of water here, I decided probably I can do like a boat's entrance in this direction here, because from here it leads directly out to the sea where there's a coral reef actually. So I decided that probably in the near future, when I start building a little more detail into this village, I'll be putting down some boats here and have some fishermen there to occupy them and have a little job site over there as well for them. So let's go down into the end stronghold and make our way back to the end dimension. I must say, it's been quite some time since I've been here. It's been a long time since I've gone to the end. And I remember over here we didn't even have a silverfish spawner, nor a chest was there, so it was very weird to me. But anyway, since I never wear a pumpkin on my head, I always have to keep looking down, so let's get busy, shall we? I think this cobblestone platform here is good enough to keep me safe from endermen, so I'll leave my ender chest here and then make my way to the center of the island, where I shall prepare to resummon the ender dragon. And in doing so, where's the pillar that I removed? Oh, there it is. I'm not sure if you can see it, but over there is the pillar that I removed when I needed all that obsidian. So when we start the process of resummoning the dragon by putting all of these end crystals in each of the cardinal directions, the pillar should grow back. So let's see what happens. Last one, there we go. Alright, it started. Let's keep an eye on this pillar. I really want to see it grow back. Nothing yet. Okay, I guess it's going to be making its way from each of the pillars until it arrives there to replace. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. So, alright, the only thing left to do is wait to see the dragon respawn into the end. Alright, after that I'll be flying around because I don't want to be on land. There we go. Let's go now. Let's get ready. What we need to do is to make the dragon attack us with its dragon balls. I'm not sure what to call those. But oh, it's exactly that thing that's moving right there. Yeah, that purple thing. We need those to hit the ground and leave like a trail or cloud of dragon's breath, and that we will be collecting in bottles. So that's the first one to hit the ground, so I'm going after that right now. I'm going to pick up some of that dragon's breath in these bottles. Yep. And thankfully it's stackable, so we don't have to take up too much inventory space. Do you guys see that? Those squiggly little bubble thingies. Oh, that's a wandering trader. Alright, well, I didn't doubt that it was, but what is it doing there? And why is it invisible in broad daylight? Strange. Anyway, as you can see, I got all 64 bottles filled up with dragon's breath. And the reason why I went to the end to resummon the dragon to get this dragon's breath is because of one thing. And I'll tell you right now. Yo, wandering trader, what are you still doing out there? It's nighttime, go away. This guy, I swear this guy doesn't really want to go away. What was that sound? What? No lie. I heard my door open and close just now, and now we have these little wobbly bubbles in here, which means the wandering trader is in here because he came in here through the door. He opened the door. What on earth is going on here? I'm guessing he tried to escape that zombie outside, and he's in here. This is super freaking creepy. First of all, there was a zombie who broke down my door once, and now there is a wandering trader that comes in. I heard the door open, so he had to have pressed this button to come inside. Can wandering traders even do that? Is that even possible? I thought iron doors were secure. What's going on here? And I was just recording. I didn't think I would be using this footage, but obviously now I have to show it. What was I going to do? I forgot what I was going to do. What was it? Okay, Dread Kit. Okay, this is so freaky. I'm completely lost right now. Guys, I'm not lying. This is no joke. A zombie broke through my iron door and now we have a wandering trader that literally opened and closed my door to come inside to escape from the mobs that are outside. This is so weird. But anyway, back to what I was doing. As you can see here, I'm using the Dragon's Breath to create, out of these splash potions, a variant called Lingering Potions. Okay, here we have the first test bottle for instant damage 2, and what I'll do is go outside and throw it, and it should produce a cloud of effect bubbles at the location where I threw it. So here we go. There we go. So that cloud is instant damage 2. So if I walk inside of it, I should take some damage. That's right. And I think if I walk again, more damage. Yes, I think it happens at least 2 or 3 times, depending on how long it lasts or how many uses it can have, right? And the reason why I'm making these is so that I can make at least a stack of arrows of harming. And to make that, you need one of these lingering potions surrounded by arrows, and you get an output of 8 arrows of harming, or whichever lingering potion you choose to put at the center of it. Hey, I used to think you were cool. I don't find you cool anymore. Get out of my house. Go. Why are you still in here? Go out. Oh, this guy. If he can open the door to come inside, he must be able to open the door to go outside. This guy. So the reason I wanted to make these arrows of instant damage is because I want to give Raskatron and Lurothero some rewards for their generous donation of oak wood logs towards the project that I did over there. And I'm giving Raskatron an Unbreaking 3 book as well because he's the one that gave the most stacks of oak wood logs. I'll also be leaving 3 diamonds here for Mickey, which is payment for some cobblestone that she sold me that I used for the wall that I'm building around my plains village. Remember the small redstone contraption I built here for sugarcane? Well, I'm going to be working on a version 2 of that, a little bit more updated version right here. And I'll start by marking out the area here with these polished andesite blocks that I have left over from building the mining outpost. So I'll need to go at least 6 blocks upward on both sides. And after making that small frame, I can start by putting the observer at the top, then the piston, and then finally the dispenser. Let's place some blocks behind both of these just like last time. Then we will be putting a bucket of water under the dispenser and blocking it off with dirt, which we'll be putting cane at the top. That way we can grow the cane without having an extra space for water. The next thing we need to work on is a collection system. So I will be setting down a chest right here. And then right behind that chest, I'll be putting down this hopper. And on that hopper, a rail, then finally a hopper minecart, which will be collecting everything from the block above that falls there. Let me just plant this right here. No reason to waste it. Just as last time, I'll be installing the redstone clock at the back of the contraption. And then I'll be sealing it off with some glass blocks. That way, whenever the piston pushes the cane, nothing falls out of the module. And then we can minimize wastage of cane. Alright then, let me just remove this glass here and destroy that cane because the observer can't observe any changes if the cane is already at the front of it. Alright then, I think it's time for us to give this a test. So let's quick flick. Alright then, it seems to be working. That's great. Everything is falling down where the cane is planted and entering the hopper minecart system and into the chest. And as far as I can see, there is no wastage, which is pretty awesome. Okay, well, that's it for my second draft. What I need to do next time is to figure out a way to turn it off, because once it's on, it runs until it has no more bone meal left. Because I don't have much time left, I won't be working on this castle project right here. But as you can see, I've set out some areas with spruce logs that I'll be using to make some pillars that lead up to the second story of this build. And I also went out resource gathering. As you can see, I have a decent amount of dark oak logs that I'll be using for this build, so I'll get to work on that next time. I heard that there's someone selling cobblestone here, so I came to check right away. That's something I definitely need for the wall around my plains village. And yes, 3 stacks for 1 diamond. Yes, I'll get all of them, please. Thank you very much. Finally, I've been coming here behind the scenes to check if there is any new information, any new books that the pillagers might bring here for me, but I'm guessing because they know that I come here all the time, they won't be bringing anything of use to me here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this sign here, and I'm just going to give this outpost to Lurothero so that he can use to his devices. I'm sure the first thing he's going to do is a raid farm, so I'll just need to ask around and look around and see if I can find another outpost somewhere out there in this world without alerting the pillagers. That way I can get some more information on how to get out of this world or anything else that can work, just like the book that was written by LPT5, which I still have to get around to. But unfortunately, that's all the time that I have for this video log, guys. So I guess I'll see you guys in the next video log. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked this video log, please leave a like, and if you enjoyed, please leave a comment below. I always answer all of my comments. And if you want to follow my adventures on the Isekai realm, please go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!